Hi everyone and welcome to the Hot Toys Alien Warrior review. The figure from the classic film Aliens. Don't let the big chat box fool you. This box is literally here just to hide the messy wall that's behind it, just to make things look a little bit nicer. This is actually the box that comes with this figure. So here we go. I've already filmed, if you're familiar with the channel, let's see, we've done an unboxing, first impressions, then we did the True Light review, an articulation demo, a comparison between this alien and the big chap alien, the original alien from the first film that Hot Toys made, and a comparison between this new release Alien Warrior and the original Alien Warrior figure that Hot Toys made some years back, and a pose test, which unfortunately this figure failed miserably. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen that already. So let's see where we stand with this thing. One thing I do wish Hot Toys had have done differently with this release is completely avoid using any of the soft rubber that they've used on its bottom jaw here. The rest of the figure's all pretty much hard plastic and a new kind of suit they've used here, which is some kind of rubber perhaps, or maybe a vinyl. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, it's tough and it doesn't feel like the old ones. This feels like something new. But all this, as you can see, soft squishy rubber, and I just worry about that, especially with leaving the mouth open fully with the inner jaw showing on display for any long period of time. I think in the instruction book it even says don't do that. But I just wish they had gone the extra mile and given us two separate alien heads that were interchangeable. You know, all hard plastic like the rest of the alien, or at least like the rest of its head, and just completely avoid this rubber squishy stuff, because I just worry about that. The rest of the figure I'm sure is going to be fine, but the bottom jaw and all these tendons and even this little bit here, all this section here is that soft squidgy rubber from the past, and I just don't really like it. So yeah, that's what I think. I would, two heads would have been necessary, one closed like this and the other one all hard plastic, but with a mouth open as well and the inner jaw coming out, so you could just choose which one you wanted to display. As far as accessories go with the new Alien Warrior, we really get very little. You get the two acid blood splurts from him being shot, which you can place on his body, and we get the base. This one has a crotch grabber for the first time. Before with the alien big chap they just gave you a base but no way of actually holding him up, which was seriously bad for that kind of figure. A nice base, but it is just a repaint of an old base that they used for the alien big chap. Same base, just repainted with an Alien Warrior nameplate put on there and a crotch grabber added, and just the two blood splurts, and that's it, and an instruction manual. Not much to play with. What could he have come with? Like I said, a second head, all plastic, hard plastic that is, with a mouth open option, a face hugger and an egg. That's pretty much standard. Answers in the comments. What else do you think this guy should have come with? Certainly a cardboard background of the alien hive would have been nice. Would have set this off a treat, or a corridor from Hadley's Hope. Something like that. Now, I just want to go to this book for a moment to show you something. This is the Winston Effect book, The Art and History of Stan Winston Studio. An amazing book and a great gift from Anthony Sang out there in Hong Kong. Thank you, dude. Now here's a picture of an upper torso from an Alien Warrior from Aliens in Stan Winston's studio. Now, whether this has been fully painted at the time, it looks like it to me. Get a good look at the color of at least one of the aliens. This is one of many that they would have used. They're all slightly, going to have, I guess, maybe on purpose, but slightly different paint variations. Who knows? Take a look at the paintwork on those air tubes, or whatever the hell they are. Get a look at the head. But I wanted to just show you the arm position. In the alien hive scene where all the Marines are being attacked by the aliens, you get quite a few shots of the aliens' upper torso as they turn around and get blown apart by gunfire. And the arms are usually in this kind of position. And I've just been trying to get these to do that. That's the NECA, obviously the smaller, very detailed for its scale. It's like the 7-inch line. Obviously not as detailed as a Hot Toys figure, but still brilliant. And good to know that the Hot Toys Alien Warrior can at least pull off this look, which does look cool. Just turn him a little bit to the side. It does look quite creepy. I have a sneaking suspicion one or two of you might be digging this. I know I am. I just found my pose. If I can get the mouth open, I think that'll look even better. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. I did show this image briefly in another video, but I will just show you it again now, just to give you a reminder of that head sculpt. I think Hot Toys did do a very good job, although the color, between this and what we actually have in the 1/6 scale figure is pretty different. But I have to say that I am very impressed with what they did. Well, if you've seen the True Light review filmed outdoors in the back garden, you'll see just how detailed the paintwork is on this figure. It is incredibly well done. 1 minute you think it's totally blue, now I'm looking at it through the camera lens, the sun's shining in the room, so I'm seeing it now and it's more of a goldish brown, greens in there, hints of the blue. It just changes color depending on what's going on. Maybe if see that angle there, you can kind of get a good look at all the different shades. It's really, really impressive, I have to say. And just move down, especially that midsection. See that detail, it's just amazing. So yeah, an incredible paint job on this thing. The Poseability has definitely taken a back seat in exchange for detail and film accuracy, I think. Now, I have seen some comments on my videos and some comments on various forums and stuff. People completely just writing this one off and saying, out of all the figures you'd expect to be able to pose, a Xenomorph is one of them. And I totally understand that. But to those people, if that's the main reason you're getting the thing so you can pose it, then that's fair enough. But I wouldn't completely write this off just because of the Poseability. You can get some cool poses out of it, just not the lower body side of things. It's really lacking. Below the waist is bad. The tail's good. Obviously, that's just got a wire going through it. But the knees, the section here where obviously the thigh starts, that is basically zero articulation. But the arms, not too bad. This is really stiff at the moment. And the old one-handed, thing isn't always good. I wish I had two hands available to move it, but I have filmed an articulation demo, so you can just watch that instead. Well, not instead. Watch this as well, but just check out the articulation demo if you want to see that move. Just trying to get him to kind of lean forward as much as I could just then. Managed to get him to sort of, well, it's not much. It doesn't look like much. It felt like I managed to get him to do something when I was doing it, but now I'm looking at it, it's not much. I just wanted to film this to let you see that some of these might have an issue with the mechanism to get the mouth open and the inner jaw showing, which is another reason why I wish Hot Toys had gone the extra mile and given us two separate heads, all hard plastic like the top here, and just have one head with a closed mouth and the other head all hard plastic again, none of this rubber squishy stuff, and just have an open mouth with the inner jaw coming out. We would never have to worry about these tendons ripping, stuff like that. But also because my inner jaw, no matter how hard I push that, it just won't stay out, it just goes right back in again. I've tried all kinds of techniques, pushing it forward, then pushing it up, pushing it forward, then nudging it to the side a little bit, try to lock it in place, but it just will not stay out. So that's a shame. Getting pictures of this guy with his mouth open might be tricky. The fact that the mouth won't stay open kind of renders these a little bit pointless to me, because I'm not going to be taking pictures of an alien being shot to pieces with his mouth closed, because he would be screaming in pain, which I can't really pull off now because my head technically is faulty, so that sucks. So I guess I'll just be going with this kind of, he's just lurching about, waiting for something to do. The ankles, pretty damn stiff, not too bad. You can move them around, you can pivot, all that stuff. Where the rib cage ends, you can turn him and tilt him pretty damn well. Wrist articulation ain't too bad. The head articulation is pretty good. It's all in the lower body where it suffers the most. So if you can find a way to get his upper body in a cool pose and then somehow make it work, maybe by turning him slightly like I have and just fiddling around with him, I wouldn't say write this off simply because of the articulation, because he is poseable. It's just not to the amount we would expect with something like a Xenomorph. So I gotta be honest, I do kind of forgive it just because of how good it looks. Right, now we're gonna get extreme with the zoom in detail, crazy megapixel madness. I'm gonna bring you the insanity now. Let's get in there and see those teeth painted nice and neatly. Let's get amongst that tendon action. It's pretty nice. Not much of any attempt to create any kind of drool look. Possibly, you know, if the teeth were made out of chrome, which I would really like, especially for the alien big chap, if Hot Toys went that extra mile and put chrome teeth in the alien big chap, like they should be. I can't really remember so much. I think they did change slightly the look of the teeth in Aliens. They didn't look as chrome to me in my memory, so that's fair enough. But maybe if they were a bit harder, they are hard plastic, I think, but if they could create some kind of accessory, like a little drool kind of clip, where you could clip the drool onto like the fang kind of teeth at the side, and a little plastic kind of drool would drip. Something like that, I don't know. Because they're always drooling, especially before they sink their fangs into someone's face. Now the way I've got him turning, you can see the way his suit is kind of buckling a bit there, but I think we'll be okay, as long as you don't leave it like that for months. I just want to see whether that effect there is actually indentations or a paint effect. That is actually in the sculpt. It's not just the kind of shadow effect with the paint. Just wanted to let you know. It's actually indentations into the dome of the skull, or the rigid thing, whatever you want to call it. Let's get a look at the... I don't know if they are breathing tubes. I'm pretty sure that's what they're meant to be. I think someone said that once. I could be wrong. But they don't seem to have that kind of tiger stripe, which they did seem to have in this Stan Winston book. Just zoom in on that side profile for a minute, let you get a good look at it. Pretty decent ball joint on the neck there, so that there's a good range of motion or movement. You can't really complain about the sculpt. Zoom in on his feet. There's not much of a transition in color paint-wise between the toe and the toenail, if you want to call it that, but it doesn't really change, it's just the same color. Pretty sure there should be a difference there. But yeah, lots of golds and stuff. Like you come around here to the side, it gets very kind of, that's very gold to me. Wouldn't call it yellow. Yeah, golds and browns and blues and grays and silvers and all kinds of stuff going on. Look at the hand. That looks pretty good. I like the way they did that. That is quite accurate. And his thighs. Yep. Very gold in places. But then some days you'll walk into the display room and you'll see him looking totally blue. It's just weird. It depends on the lighting. Get up in those ribs. That is a pretty nice look there. I do like that. Spinning around, turning, maybe about to burst into a sprint towards someone. But that is very much a frozen in time moment where he's just spun around because he's heard someone. He's going to go get them. Damn shame I can't open that mouth to display him looking all ragey and screaming. It just won't stay open. There's a pretty nice little pose there. Just working a bit of pose magic for you here, trying to make it work. Trying to bring you the good stuff, the good angles. Just give you a little height comparison with some other Hot Toys stuff. You've got the Predator 2 line here. You've got your City Hunter, which is obviously a little bit shorter. Big Chap and the Alien Warrior are pretty much the same height. And the Elder being the same height as the City Hunter. Doesn't really have any difference there. I'm not really bothering to pose these guys up at the moment because I'm moving soon. I'll pack all this stuff up soon and start packing it and moving it away. Not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to getting into a new place. It's going to be cool. Don't even know how I'm going to display these things yet. It's all to be seen in the future. I might go the glass cabinet route. We'll see. I do like having things on a shelf because I can just get to them. You don't have the reflection of the glare from the glass all the time. I do like them. I actually do prefer having things on display like this. I showed you in my last collection video how I actually clean these guys. It's really easy. So I might just continue. Once I move, I'm going to be either putting these guys in a cabinet
or sticking to the shelf. Easy to tweak my poses, easy to grab hold of them when I want to do videos and stuff.
Final thoughts, would I recommend it to an Aliens fan? Absolutely. Even if you're like me and you've been through the mill with all of these things, you've had the dog alien, the rots. For me, anyway, I know some people out there have dog aliens that aren't rotting. But mine was, and that really sucked because that's one of my favorite designs. So I'm hoping Hot Toys revisit the dog alien with these new body, or at least these new body suits they're using for the Alien Warrior, because it is an improvement. It does hinder articulation more than the soft rubber did, but it will hopefully hold up over time and remain looking nice and shiny and wet like an alien should. So remains to be seen whether we'll get a Big Chap 2.0. I mean, apparently it was officially announced, but I just haven't seen much about it, so I'm waiting until I find out a little bit more. But I gotta be honest, I would be on board for another, version of the Big Chap by Hot Toys. But like I say, would I recommend it? If you're a big Aliens fan, absolutely. Just go in knowing that the lower body articulation is, you can move them a bit like I'm trying here. I'm doing my best, but I don't want to break them. So I'm taking it easy. But that is basically your limit of movement there. But I'd still recommend it. Paint job is fantastic. The likeness is fantastic, I think. And I just like the improvements they've made. They are trying, but they have been a bit cheap with us. It should have come with possibly a second head, a mouth open option, no soft rubber parts, a cardboard background of the Hive or Hadley's Hope corridor, and an alien egg with a face hugger, something like that. I hope you've enjoyed the series of videos on this guy. We've got the NECA 1/4 scale Batman Begins coming very soon, and looking forward to getting the Batman vs Superman Bat Flick. Be sure to check out the other videos on this guy. Get involved, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you enjoyed them, and I'll be back with you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.